we are on. Welcome back to Towers of Aghasba. Oh, I guess we're going to call it episode 17, but really what we're going to do, this is going to be a pretty much a patch note episode because Dreamlight just put out a huge patch. They're calling it, let's see, Update 11, the greener and better patch. And it's pretty huge. So I think what I'm going to do, and I was trying to think about how I want to do this. So I think we're going to read through the patch notes. I'll throw them up on the screen. I won't go super fast, but I'll go pretty quick through the patch notes, and then we'll kind of start testing out a couple of them because I mean it's pretty cool. And I mean, and just from the screen right now, you can see it's already looking really good. And there's a lot. They did a lot of stuff. You know, you can tell the health bar looks different already. So I'm gonna read through everything, and then after that, we'll start testing some of it out. And I don't know if we're gonna get all that done in one episode's worth, which you know is usually an hour if you're new around here. So we'll read through everything for sure, and then maybe it'll say like testing part one. I'm not sure. I don't know how long this is all gonna take yet, but let's get started. So update. Good start. Update patch 11 notes. Live for PC and PS5. So the ecosystems and the greening. Big stuff right away. There's new colossal seeds. So there's 7 new colossal seeds, which means we gotta play with those, are provided at each restored fertile grove and are available after all sacred groves have been restored by Huldra. So, I'll give slight opinions, but I'm not gonna relate it to our game yet. Like what I'm gonna do in the future, we'll do that after I read everything through. All right, next, ecosystems now make the landscape greener at a larger radius around it, as you can see. Part of the greening effort, a second cosmetic-only ring of plants and green has been added to any town or ecosystem that restores the land around it. Very cool. Modified the restored area around many special points of interest and shrines to be more location-specific, making the world feel more impacted by your efforts to regrow the land. I can't wait to test that. This is interesting. New mini poop added at fertile groves that meet certain conditions. They help explain the rules to picking up your new colossal seeds. No idea what that means, but we'll go and look. Pitao should finally return to Tier 4 and 5 tropical ecosystems. Okay. And let's get into the next bit. Colossal trees and ecology. Upgrade cost of colossal trees and grand trees has been adjusted to be less amity demanding. I didn't think it was that bad, but alright. Upgrade cost for each colossal tree resource requirements has been adjusted. It pays to be observant to what plant provides which resources. Okay, interesting. Animal dung's more precious. Of course, that's what I've been scrapping the last like 5 episodes. While amity cost for colossal tree has been reduced, you will need quite a lot of poo to grow 11 colossal trees. Well, I'm glad I scrapped probably 600 poo over the last 5 episodes. Next, we got lightings, graphics, and time of day. Lighting in all presets has been adjusted and majorly improved. Lower end systems should look better across the board. Objects like large rocks that suddenly pop in on lower settings will be reduced for all settings with a planned patch. New fog now looks crisp and wonderful. Which actually, and if you look at the game right now, and I know I just kind of have the game playing in the background, that fog does look pretty sick. I think that's what they mean. High elevation clouds now subtly cast moving shadows below them, making the world feel a bit more dynamic. Very nice, very nice. So really they're using, right, the more Unreal Engine stuff, which is super cool. More grass blows within the wind. Foliage should have more of a color range between light and dark tones. A large amount of ground and rock textures have received an art pass, drastically improving their look. Most bodies of water have had a major art FX upgrade. And I've got to say, I haven't looked around at all, because I don't want to spoil anything, but just from what we see right here, it looks way better. All right, player hit points. Implemented a new means of upgrading health, and you can see in the bottom left, it does look quite a bit different. A Chidogo Spirit, I think I'm saying that right, appears near colossal trees that lets you complete requirements to upgrade your health, okay? Existing HP will automatically convert to the new system. Chidogo's requests are based off your current health. Okay, interesting, interesting. I don't know what the heck that is, but I don't think that's the Lorax dude, right? I think it's something else. We'll see. Equipment and clothing. All equipment slots are now unlocked by default. Very nice. Players can comfortably carry 4 to 5 armor sets. All clothing has received an armor balancing pass. Okay, more refinements coming. No more hidden kip cost on clothing recipes. I guess I didn't ever notice that. Added more recipes to unlock more clothing sets sooner once players arrive at the mainland. Additional bonus clothing pieces are provided along the main storyline path. Spears no longer have effectively infinite durability. Wish I knew that. Adjusted the materials cost to craft iron and steel tools, and reduced kip costs. Okay. So it looks like they're kind of giving us a little more leeway with the kip, maybe? Iron and steel arrows are slightly more expensive. Okay, maybe not. Just kidding. Let's see. Economy and kip. All right, here we go. So one kip now costs 75 scrap, down from 100. Several crafting recipes have been rebalanced to reduce reliance on kip. Almost all decorations had their values adjusted to generally be more affordable in resources and kip. Buildings provide slightly less culture than before. Oh, interesting. More free decorations are awarded as you progress the main storyline. Ooh, I wonder if we have that, if we've already done it. Make sure to place them or store them. Interesting. Rebalanced some fill orders for production buildings, village towers, and shrines to be less kip dependent. Very nice. Production building output recipes now have a 10-second... Oh, this is good. A 10-second option and a 10-minute option. The longer timer is either cheaper or more generous with its output, so it pays to be patient. Nice. So it's like if you need something real quick like, you know, it's probably more expensive or you only get one, but if you wait the 10 minutes, maybe it's less expensive and you get 3. Something like that. We'll test that. Several decorations are easier to craft and unlocked sooner. Nice. This one's interesting. Fish drop more varied loot. There's a rare chance for some extremely valuable drops now, especially in the early games. We'll have to check the fish out. Unlocking weapon slots in the inventory slab is slightly cheaper. Beautiful. The requirements needed to upgrade the farm and mining village towers have been modified. Farm Village Tier 2 and Mining Village Tier 2 have been decoupled from the main storyline. Oh, interesting. And both are extremely worth upgrading now. Definitely. Advanced production buildings at both Farm and Mining Village can drastically reduce your workload. Oh, yeah, we're definitely... Because I think our Mining Village is Tier 1, so we're going to have to get to Tier 2 there. Increase the spawn of coal boulders in various locations around the world. Increase the spawn of cactus plants in various locations. Ensured kelp's now available in more shorelines. Nice. They need to increase the, whatever the other crap is. Sea blight or whatever the... It's kind of like kelp. Whatever that one is. They need more of that. Iron tool and weapon merchant has reduced prices 15 now instead of 20. Very nice. Oh, here's some good stuff. Mounts in motion. 2 new mounts have been added to the Midhaven stable. Dundada. Yeah, I think Dundada and Flambeau. Dundada is a speedy type with more stamina than Spirou. I had to read that really slow to make sure I wasn't saying it really stupid. I don't think I am. Flambeau can jump very high. Ooh, interesting. So it doesn't. There's not a flying mount yet. I don't know if they're ever going to put one in, but there's at least one that can jump high now. Rebalance the stats of mounts to keep them feeling unique. New placeable machines added. Winguro's Breath and Catapult alongside a decorative floating ring for setting up an obstacle course. What? Chain them together and get really creative with a new non-conventional travel network. Whoa. The new machines are available at the West Midhaven Trader after Tier 1. Ah. Interesting. Okay. Build limit rework. Drastically reduce the build limit so players can no longer overbuild in one area. Oh. Interesting. So they're going to try to make you spread your stuff out. Build limit is shared across ecosystems as well as buildings, machines, and all decorations. If your overbuilt save is maxed out, we will be refining this further in the coming days. And we will get into that. They are planning on doing a hotfix pretty soon, it looks like, for a couple things. All right, so let's look at the UI. This is kind of a big one. Health bar is now a radial bar, adding segments as the player's health increases. Past certain points to the upgrade process, each segment is more HP, almost like a heart container in another game you might have played. I don't know which one they're talking about, but I'm sure one of you does. Player's active item now nest in the radial HP bar. Yep, so you can kind of see that in our bottom left part of the screen. Stamina bar is an arc above the health. Okay, we'll test all this. There's some controller stuff there. Let's see. Some of the smaller elements, like, remember the oxygen and the withered resistance? They've been enlarged. We'll test that. Toggle HUD now properly hides most UI. Oh, yeah. Very nice. A new observation UI. All right. That's it. That's the only thing I'm testing. Placeholder art for farm seeds has been replaced. We'll test all that. It looks much better. A much more informative hunger meter. Lets you keep creatures happily fed. Key items. Oh, sorry. PC. Pressing escape in most menus should now get you out of that UI. Key items will now have a unique item background in the inventory. Interesting. New rarity icons. Yep, those look cool. We'll show you those. Discovering and entering locations and regions provide a unique sound effect. Ooh. Pop-up notification are larger. Additional text larger. Let's see. Players that do not have enough kip to unlock an inventory slot are given more UI feedback showing that they cannot unlock that. Automatically return to your last inventory tab. New pollination pod UI. Oh, okay. We'll have to check that out. Slightly enlarged ecosystem town and biome indicator. All right, there's a bunch of multiplayer stuff then. They basically improved it. Stability, performance. I'll kind of let you read through this. I'll kind of get you through the little stuff here, though. Clients can use the host storage boxes. Clients can now see quest and map icons. So before, you kind of played, but you couldn't really do anything that impacted the main player, if that makes sense. It looks like you can more so now. They fixed some graphical bugs with dismounting, cutscene audio. They fixed a little bit. The lag experience they fixed a little bit. Ensured clients cannot place colossal seeds or village markers in a host world from their own inventory. Interesting. Only the host can transfer and remove colossal seeds. Nice. So they don't want somebody to like come in that's basically beat the game and has a bunch of crap to like some new guy's game. That's kind of what they're getting at there. Client should be able to remove withered nests. Nice. All right, some bugs. Let's see. The Haluna dialogue soft lock has been fixed. Grand tree seeds not spawning should now properly spawn. Teleporter should allow you to teleport again if you encountered the bug. Too far away bug has been fixed. Players can no longer plant invisible farm crops that are not harvestable instantly. The game now properly stops you from planting farm seeds. Yeah, I hope they fixed some of that stuff quite a bit better. Small bug fixes. And then here's so they do get into some known issues. After an extended play session, they advise you to basically quit the game. Recipe unlocks being spammed after they've been unlocked. Let's see, multiplayer. So then they go into the multiplayer stuff. It's still a work in progress, they're saying, but it's way better now than it was. Is kind of what the next few points are. Crafting or picking up a tool. It would kind of screw up the durability graphic, so they're working on that. Lower NPCs, they're still trying to fix some graphical stuff. Bodies of water becoming more clear than intended. Mount quest may return even after you've completed the quest. The build limit rework, many small issues, so they're working on it. And then this update, apparently the stable is unreliable sometimes with the 2 new mounts, so we'll check that out. But there's a hotfix incoming. Some Xbox controllers having issues. Let's see. They finally fixed the Amity multiplayer elixir. Tutorial signboards appearing. They've reduced the number of townfolk spawning, so a lot of just random stuff. There's more fish spawning. They only come back to life after 30 minutes of playing dead. What? That's weird. Let's see. I'll probably put the rest of this kind of up. Well, I guess we can go over it. Let's see. Ensured treasure chests don't appear near shrines till it's been restored. They ensured traveling merchants now appear around Midhaven. Decorations and foundation stone should be easier to place with lesser issue of placement. Perfect. Mass collection achievements should be completable. All achievements should be completable again, including Olson's Happy. Should be now a pause before stamina regain begins instead of instantly regaining stamina. It went over the fish thing. More fish. They only come back to life after 30 minutes of playing dead. Kind of funny. Improved the generation of bonus kickback seeds from harvesting crops. Player tent rest times are now much more cinematic and functional. So let's test that out. That's pretty cool. Mushrooms and raro dropping plants received a balance pass. Ooh, interesting. A few more ripe seeds than before have been added to non-arid plants. Midhaven's Colossal seed restriction has been enlarged to prevent possible level streaming issues. Midhaven upgrade costs have been rebalanced to be more fair, less kip dependent. Midhaven had its tier 1 and tier 2 potholes filled and stairs cleared out of rubble. Oh, nice. Some Russian language stuff. I'll let you read that. Reduced camera shake when running in a straight line. Select stairs are now more stackable. Windmills fixed. We use the teleporter. All our map icons are hidden by default. Shovel harvest a little more quickly. That's nice, right? We're for crop harvesting. Removed building sound effects. They might come back really soon. Interesting. Additional stone provided by stone boulders. Adjusted wither spawn radius. Let's see. Some areas of the map should not have permitted building trees and towns on them. Those areas have been removed as available space until we can properly rework. And oxygen consumption has been adjusted. You may want to bring O2 potions with you for extended sea explorations. Nice. And then they just kind of thank everybody for continuing to play. And update 12 is going to be a little bit smaller, but an eye on improving overall experience without rolling out too many new features. So not a lot of new stuff in update 12, but more making what they have better. And then they say thanks from the Dreamlet team. So that is your patch notes. Like I said, a lot of them. 15 minutes worth of me reading. So gameplay, we're going to start that now. I'll probably put a little timer in the beginning of the episode. I don't know. I guess if you just want to watch some of the gameplay. So what I'm planning on for this episode is now we're going to go in and start to test some stuff. So I'm going to turn the sound back up in the game. And I guess we'll kind of just start at the top. And for the rest of the episode, I'll start at the top, and some of the just like major things will go around and take a look-see, I think. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so patch notes are over. If that's what you joined the episode for, to get an overview of those, that's cool. We'll see you later. No, I was kidding. You know, hopefully you want to stay around and watch some testing. But I will be doing the testing in my kind of my regular series here. Because I think it's a cool update, and I want to see some of the stuff. But yeah, so stick around. Let's get started on that. First, I gotta readjust here. Give me a second, because I was on my computer. I get the mic going here. I gotta make sure I can see what the heck I'm doing. So give me 1 second here. All right. Okay, so let's start with the new Colossal seeds. And again, it looks really nice. Like, it already looks way different. The Colossal seeds. So I think what we should do is, oh man, hold on. I gotta adjust a little bit more here. Okay, we have the regular audience now, so now everybody knows how much I suck at stuff. Oh god, I thought you were Spearoo, you stupid piece of crap. What the heck? He's got me stuck. All right, buddy. I thought that was Spearoo. I was gonna go up and jump on his back. Look, he's just chasing me. These things are never mean. All right, well, first thing tested. Giant chicken birds, very angry. You might have to die, buddy. I can't have you hanging around here. Oh my god, why are you so mean? Yeah. Fill order completed. Well, I was like, Spearoo, why are you attacking me? That super caught me off guard. All right, let's get into some testing. Off to a great freaking start. Let's go into our. Oh, really? You're gonna put an info board right in front of my chest game? All right, let me. Okay, we're probably gonna have to adjust a little bit of that, but so storage looks similar. Transfer, quick refill, take all, quick stack. Okay, so it looks like that's pretty similar. Everything looks a lot nicer. What I'm thinking is, before we go and like run after these seeds and whatnot, let's go down to the mount place. Oh yeah, see how that, like, everything much greener. Looks really nice. I definitely approve of that part so far. Yeah, so they got like info boards here. Learn more about mounts. I'm good. All right, buddy. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you. New mount. Let's see. Team mount. Now you got the hang of the. Yep. You ever rode a Juvar? Yeah, I've ridden those. How do I? No, tell me I'm not getting the bug thing where I can't do anything. Maybe I have to. Okay, they're not in the quest. That's completed stuff. Do I just have them already? Oh, uh-oh. Okay, let's take a look-see at the map. If I'm able to complete these tasks, I should be able to acquire a whatever and a fuzzaroo. Okay, but it doesn't give me the task. So that might be what they're talking about where, like, it's here, but I can't do anything with it, it looks like. So, okay. But yeah, they did mention that that's going to be, like, an immediate hotfix, and it looks like that's what we're running into. Let me... So that's what it looks like when you eat now. Very nice. Should we eat a salad? Or let's eat a veggie soup to see what it does there. Okay, yeah. Use that little extra bar stuff. All right, well, that kind of stinks, but that's okay. We'll get there. All right, so provided at each restored fertile grove. Gotta try to remember where the heck those are. One thing I do wish is I kind of wish they had those on the... Because that's the sacred forest. So the grove here. I know there's one down there. Does it kind of show... yeah, I kind of wish they put those on the map. Let's see if we have it unlocked yet. Let's go to that one, because I know there's one there for sure. Ah, man, where's some other ones? I can't remember. I don't really... I know there's... Ah, man, yeah, I know that one for sure. Let's go there. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, look at that info board. All right. So kind of lets you know what's all going on. See, and are available after all sacred groves have been restored. I wonder if I've restored all the sacred groves or if there's going to be more. You know what I mean? Depending on the story. Because, like, right now it's not showing that there's any more, but I wonder... Like, remember how the last one we did, it didn't really show up until we got to a certain point in the story. Let's go down here, and we'll take a look. I guess if they're not unlocked for me, that's going to kind of suck. Right, because I'm not going to be able to show you all new seeds, but at the same time, I guess we'll know. That thing's new. Oh, are you getting mad? Okay, so that looks a little better, so you can kind of see the observation they said was a little bit different. Okay. Diet, treat. Nice. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. Location entered. So there's our little buddy, the enchanted poo. See, I'm a tad bit smaller after regrowing this fertile grove. Took a lot out of me to get the job done, but I'm still just as pungent. But enough about me, buddy. A miraculous thing has happened. Look at what we have here. A new colossal seed seems to have sprouted after we restored this grove. And since you've regrown 3 sacred forests, the colossal seed is fully matured and ready to harvest. Get cracking with planting the seed, buddy. Aghasba can sure do with some more ecosystem. Interesting. Okay. Colossal seed. Oh, yeah. Okay, so cool. Like, see how it's got a different, like, effect on it? And the other seeds look better, too. A mystical seed that can grow ecosystem based on the biome it's planted in. Wow. That adds a ton. Should we plant one, like, up here? Right, because then we can go there, and maybe we can put one, like, right in there. See, that's the other thing, is now we got to kind of, like, spread them out and all that. Oh, man. Crazy. Okay. Let's do one of these. Okay, so here's my actual... here's my actual body that's not going to kill me. And you can see the stamina bar above the... stamina bar above the health bar. Yeah, that is pretty cool. So there's, what they say, there's new colossal seeds. 7 new... God dang it. 7 new colossal seeds. And I'm definitely... That'll probably be something I gotta do between episodes, is just find those stupid things again. I really wish they added them to the map. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Maybe they will eventually. But I mean, and if you do look, like, I don't see, right, like, we've done all those. Those are our portals, our villages, our current trees, right? So I guess you know, at least it kind of shows you, you know, like, your range of what you got going at the moment. You know, and I mean, maybe we could put one over here. Maybe we could put one, like, here. We'll put one here. Let's see. Let's find a good spot for this one. We picked this one up over here, so maybe we can do... let's see. Let's find a nice spot for this bad boy. I'd kind of like to be able to get back up here pretty quick. Maybe just, like, right down here. That thing's gonna try to attack me. What's up, buddy? Oh, suck. Oops, swing and a miss there. Dodged too early. God. Alright, I am out of amnesty. Alright, let's see here. Now, let's use... Something is in the way. Oh, yeah. So, creates... Nice. So, the new ones, depending on where you're at, right, it'll kind of tell you what you're getting. Which, yeah, I think this spot seems alright. Let's see what we got here. Man, this is going to give us so much more to do. It's, right, it's... I think I mentioned it kind of in the last episode. Look how green it gets, too. There's so much to do in this game. You know, it's an early access game. It's not like a full price game, and you get just... I don't know. I've put a lot of hours into it, and it's, you know, it's been a lot of fun. Let me see here. Man, we're going to have to go tree growing. All right, so that's that guy. Okay, so here is... Oh, it's the little Pikmin. And I know I don't want to skip around too much, but remember when I was talking about, like, the Chidogo spirits increasing your health? Let's take a look-see at that while we're here. A mango baby? Some call us that, but we are Chidogo. I might go with mango baby. The colossal tree is back. A friend grew it. We were forest spirits sprung to life by sheer magnificence of the colossal tree. So we Chijogo would like to show a friend our gratitude by giving the gift of life. With the right offering, we'll be able to increase friends' max health. Would your friend like to do that now? Yeah? Get us these offerings. Holy crap. Alright, well, so they lowered the amnesty for some of the stuff, and then obviously these are really expensive. Alright, you can have this cactus. Learn about ecosystems. Nice. Okay, let me see then. Is that going to be something that shows up on our map? So we've got... So that's an emperor flower. Okay, so it's not, but you know, we'll just... You can tell it's by the tree, right? Oh, yeah, let's grow this tree too. Oh, man, so I wonder... It doesn't say they added, like, new creatures and whatnot, but... I mean, I gotta assume... You know, it's... Maybe there's gonna be more? Alright, so what do we need? We need... Let's do a little bit of this. Tropical seeds. Ooh, I wonder if they fixed the sorting. It kind of looks like they did. Let me see. Ooh, I don't think I read that anywhere, right? But either way, happy about that. All right, so tropical seeds. I think we had to put 5 of these in. Let's just do that while we're here, and then we'll kind of move on, and we'll probably come back to this before the end of the episode. Let's put a bunch of these bad boys in. We've got 8 million of them. Man, I know Zelda had mentioned there was going to be an update for this, but I think. I know she said Medieval Dynasty. I think this one she said there was one too, but I wasn't expecting it to be this big giant thing. All right, so we can come back to that now. Let's see. Oh, okay, so Colossal Seeds. So we got one. Kind of see what those look like. I'm thinking that might be like a next episode thing where I just go get a bunch of seeds and we'll plant them around. But I want to at least show everybody one. Okay, so landscape is greener. Yep, we got that. Let's go back to the restored area around many special points of interest and shrines. Like more restored, yeah. So that's right. Like that was up here, and then the new mini poop added at Fertile Grove. So that was like right the little enchanted poo. He kind of talked to us about how you can pick up those seeds. So we got that covered. Nice, nice. Oh, and apparently, let me see. Yeah, so that was the thing too, is wherever you leave off, again, sorry, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but wherever you leave off, that's where, when you open it up again, it's going to be right there. So that's nice. All right, so the area around looks better. Yep, so like, it's much greener up around points of interest now. Let's see, the mini poo. P-Tau should finally return to Tier 4 and 5 tropical ecosystems. I guess, I don't think we got to test that. We're just going to assume that's there. All right, let me see here. So the upgrade cost of the trees, less demanding, right? We're going to... Yeah, and I mean, even then, like, we only had to plant 5 seeds there. I think it used to be 8. And feed a couple animals, so, okay. Apparently the Amity's down, which I think it was only like 30 to 50, right? So, but we'll see. So apparently the poo is a little bit more. So we're gonna have to feed some animals, get some of the poo. And then there's some lighting effects that are better, which, and did you just see that? There was a, so the fog looks way better. Yep. See the cloud right there? So like the clouds kind of going overhead. Wait, like I think that's the sun, right? So there's kind of a cloud. So that yeah, it looks much better. I'll give them that. I think there's another grove down there, right? God, I cannot remember. But we'll get to that. Let's see. The fog looks really good. Yep, we just talked about the clouds. Let's see. All right. Foliage having more of a color range. That's definitely. I mean, we've seen that. There's stuff looks a lot better. Okay. Ooh, here's a good one. Let's go check out, and we can. I think we can check out the fish while we check this out. But there is a upgrade to the water. Let's go take a look-see at that. And again, as I'm going through these, if there's one that I kind of like bypass a little bit, I guess. Where do we want to go? Should we go to that lake? What's one of my favorite lakes? I know I like these ones down here. Let's go to that one. That'll be a good test, I think. So let's go here. And I know that's one of the other things. So like when you're at the portal and you're going to like another portal, see how it kind of like turns off all the other little like crap around it that was kind of clogging it. So that's a nice upgrade. But yeah, let's check out the bodies of water. Let me see, more grass blowing in the wind, yeah. Then we'll get into kind of some of the next stuff. As I'm going through this too, I'm not gonna re-put stuff up on the screen. That'll just take 8 years. I don't think it's necessary. So this, yep. So this village is at its highest tier. What did we say we're gonna do? we're going south. We're gonna do some of the water testing next here. Yeah, it's, oh man, it's so much better. I like it. Apparently, let me see this. So our shovel, yeah, much quicker. Okay, cool. Broke a shovel. Those look a lot better. You can see this is all unlocked, right? That was another thing. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, let's see. How's our water looking? Oh yeah, I think the water's looking, graphically the water just looks better, right? Let me see here. Ooh, holy crap. Okay, fish are way overpowered now. Roe, kelp, oil, rubies. Let me see. We might have to run over to the ocean and check out some of those big fish in the ocean. Interesting. Let me just snag a couple of these. Let's see what we get here. Two bone, two fish meat. Okay. And right, so like that is a part of the game. You know, like it's possible loot, right? So it's not guaranteed loot. Where's that one? I guess we'll get him. I think he's... Oh, that's a different one. Go. So we got a little row from them. Where are these guys? I don't think they changed these guys around too much. Let me see if they did the amity thing. Like if we collect those... Nice, yeah, so we still don't lose any amity. So that's a really good way to get resources. Let me grab another fish here. I didn't check to see if I lose amity for the fish. Nope, okay. So that is solid. I mean, fishing is awesome now. We'll run down to the ocean in a second here. Let's take a look-see in the water maybe and see how she's looking. Then we can test out a couple more things. So, nice. So I don't think there was really that much of a water trail before. And then diving, so you can see in the bottom left, there's now that. Oh man, that looks really pretty. Yeah, it looks so much better. There used to be a chest down here, and that's why that's floating there. I suppose we can pick it up, scrap it. Yeah, that looks 1,000 times better. What's that? Some seagrass. Okay. Man, way better. Huge improvements. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like these guys seem to care a lot about. Oh God, they seem to care a lot about the game, which is awesome. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it to be this much of a giant update. Can I just let me stand? Yeah, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's go south a little bit more. And they had talked about. Actually, we can check out. Oh my God, let's check out this tree while we're here. One of the things, right? Another point of interest. So they said kind of like the area around it is affected a little bit more, which I guess it... maybe this is a bad example, but it looks pretty similar, but it looks nice. The trees look way better. Holy crap. Is this new? Is this a new tree? That's a droop willow. I think that looks way better than it did. Okay, that's one of those big guys. He's hungry. I wonder if he'll attack us. If he attacks us, I feel like we just get one banged out of existence. Apex oak. Let me just grab a little bit of that. Okay, get some of that. Get a little amity. Now that we need 800 amity to do anything. Let's check out this tree. Yeah, that one still looks nice. So, is there... I don't see one of those little guys around this one. So I wonder if you've maxed out the tree, if it just has already given you all of the health boost from it. You know what I mean? Because I don't see the little guy anywhere, right? Yeah, I think that's the case. Let me see here. So if you're new, this is a maxed out tree. can tell it's freaking huge. Oh my god, am I not gonna get up there? I need to get that, now that we have all the armor slots, I might grab that armor for stamina. One of the things I wouldn't mind is if they took the... Oh, no, don't climb that way. Ah, yes, so they still have the orange bud here. Like, the pigments, which... they kind of annoy me because... when you try to do stuff, they kind of get in the way. Alright, let's, we'll get up here and see what's going on. Again, I'm not getting all the seeds because I have like a million seeds, but kind of want to just get a little bit of a view from the top, and then we'll swing down to the ocean. Oh, let me get my stamina back up. I don't know if they always had seeds up here or not. All right, looks like we can't climb that. Oh no, I can. Temperate Grand Seed. Hey. Is there another one up here? Nope. I thought it said there was one more. So still a little tricky with the climbing. Like the hit point or like the hit box on the trees is a little funky, but it's pretty good. Yeah, those look pretty much the same. So let's check out. The view is nice. I want to check out the water kind of on the ocean. And then, let's see, yeah, with the hit points, we've kind of gone over all of that. I think we'll get into the equipment and the clothing after that, then. Let's go over here. Yeah, like the rocks have like kind of like a green moss on them now. It looks much cooler. The water looks nice. See if we can get one of them big ocean fish. See what those guys got on them, and then we'll go back and we'll look at. I don't know if maybe we have some armor unlocked already because we've kind of done stuff. Can't really see from here. I think it let me climb that rock right from the water. I want to test that. I don't know if that's something they kind of added in or if I just got lucky there, but of course there's no frickin' ocean fish around here. Let's take a dip here. See how the ocean looks. Nice. So still pretty crisp down here. See how there's a bunch of seaweed. Oh, here's one of these things. I'm gonna grab that because these are a pain in the butt to find before. Ooh, there's a bunch of fish. Okay. See if I can get up on this rock and maybe grab a few of them. Alright, so we've got... Look at that. There's tons of stuff. Pearls, kelp, oil, fins, pigments. Pearls. Ooh, sea blight from the fish. Thank you. That is tremendous. Of course I miss. Come on back, buddy. You never saw a thing. Okay, so some very nice upgrades with the fish. That is 100%. Way better. Let me see. Yeah, some pearls. I wonder if there's... I'm looking for... It's kind of like that big sailfish looking thing. I wonder if they improved the range of the bow. Probably not, right? I mean, it's a... I mean, I hit the water there, but... Ooh, is that one? Well, that's new. New fish. A chiquitani. Seashell. Okay, that's something new. Let's see if I can maybe just find a little spot to grab this cheeky here. Okay, he looks kind of cool. Did we see the... You know there's like those big sailfish. Let me see if I can I don't think, we can't observe stuff from the water, right? Yeah. Okay, we can't do that yet. Okay. All right, so, fish upgrades, very nice. I approve. Let's go see if we can climb this rock. Can we climb rocks right from the water? Yeah, it appears we can. Which I think before we could, but it was pretty tricky. So that's kind of nice. All right, let's go. Let's go on to the next bit, which is equipment and clothing. Man, the game looks so much better. It's awesome. I guess one thing we can check while we're down here. So we got a bunch of stuff planted there. I could just pop some of that. Let's go to... Where is my... Let's go over here. So one of the other things we can check before we get to the equipment and clothing. So if we go to the compost shed... Yeah, so there's cob. This is 10 minutes. Let's see the differences here. Oh, wow. Okay, it's a lot different. So, like, cob times 3 is 20 clay and 30 thatch. The fast version in 10 seconds is 40 clay, 60 thatch, 50 fiber. So I mean, the clay's 4 times as high, thatch is 5 more, but then it adds fiber. So it's, it's kind of doubling and tripling, even quadrupling some stuff. But you're getting 10 seconds instead of 10 minutes. So I think the option there is nice. I think that's cool. It's a nice little upgrade. Let me grab, oh yeah, look at that. Info boards. Learn about conversion, crop seeds. Nice, okay. Ooh, that looks different. Strawberry seed. Yep, so there's fertilizer. Interesting. Okay. Let's plant like 10 strawberries while we're here. See how that looks. Then we'll harvest a couple things. I'll probably, I don't know if I'll do it now. One of my big things, right, was the building. I don't know if I have much on me though to. Oh yeah, I guess I do have quite a bit still on me. All right, so if I'm putting down a foundation. All right, so I am on grid size 50. Okay, so if I place that. All right, now I'm still on grid size 50. Is there... Yeah, see, there's still not like a kind of an auto snap. Like, that looks pretty smooth, though. Yeah, so not terrible. I don't want to get too much into that right now. I think we'll test that out a little bit more with some more, like, nice buildings. Right, these are one of the things that kind of annoyed me. Right, because you can put it down there. I think it's meant to be like that. If we go to 50... Oh, that might be a little better. Yeah, we'll have to mess around. I think we'll have to mess around with this. I don't want to take up the rest of the episode with kind of testing the building. I want to get a couple more things done, I think, before we finish up here. Yep, there's some stairs there. All right, so let's see. Let's plant these. Area budget. It looks like they kind of fixed that. Right, like it looks to be steadily going up as I'm planting these. So again, we'll test that out a little bit more as well. But it looks like that's That's much better. All right, so harvesting. Oh my god, my shovel broke. All right, let me hold on. Let me see. Do I have enough to make a? No, I don't. Awesome. Of course. Well, I think we saw that it's faster. But let's head on back. And we'll grab us a shovel real quick. And then we'll check out a couple more things. So, very pretty, very nice. Okay, the buildings look pretty much the same here. 2 ore, I think that's pretty similar. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was 5 kip before or not. Either way, pretty nice. A lot of the upgrades, like some of the, especially the. I'll go show everyone quick. Some of these, actually, I'll show everyone down here. We're gonna run back quick. I want to do a couple more harvesting bits, just to see how quick that's gone. And then we'll probably come back there and we'll look at the equipment and clothing then. Yeah, I can definitely see there's more range in the color, right? Yeah, so yeah, I would say that's better. So, it'll save me a little time off camera. I'm just planting stuff and harvesting it. All right. So, let's see. All the equipment slots are open. Yep, we've seen that. So we can carry more armor. Armor balancing pass. Let's go back to, well, where we were just were, I guess. More recipes to unlock more clothing sets sooner once players arrive. So I wonder if we have any more. Or if we've kind of gotten to the point where we would have had them anyways. Adjusted the materials cost to craft iron and steel tools and reduced kip costs. Yep, so we looked at that when we crafted that iron shovel. It does look like it's less than it was. So we still got our usual stuff there. Let me see. Do we have any new armor bits? We've had that. Okay, so I think we have everything already that it was going to give us. The armor costs seem pretty similar. But, you know, if you're earlier in the game, I guess you'd probably have access a little quicker than we got it, which is kind of nice. Iron and steel arrows are slightly more expensive. Okay. The economy. Let's see, is there anything really to test there? Let's take a look-see at the... I gotta harvest all my weeds. Let's go to the construction table and we'll kind of take a look-see at a couple things. So if we go here, the kip, yep, so it's now 75. So that's kind of nice. A little harder to do mathematically in your head, but that's down from 100. So yeah, if we go here, one of the big things was if you were like building a lot of this stuff, like even these little things, like they cost, I mean, it was like a bench was like 10 kip or something like that. So you can see they want you to build more, spread it out more, and they dropped the kip cost by a lot, which is awesome. Because that was kind of the big thing to where I was like, I don't know if I want to put all this stuff up because, you know, like we got all these cool torches, but it was so expensive. We got like tiles. We got all sorts of really cool stuff that we can kind of do. Once we get Midhaven up too, I really want to put up these torch poles. Well, that one's still 6, so that one's still a little expensive. I want to say this one was like 30, wasn't it? I can't remember offhand. I guess I should have done some pre-testing and post-testing if I had time, but yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff. Like this one was, if I had to guess, I would say this one was probably 50. Now it's 17. Pretty nice. Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff that we can put up. I want to wait till I get Midhaven maxed out, and then we'll kind of see. Which reminds me, so they said... Yeah, it looks like that is indeed true. A lot of, like, the extra, like, rubble and crap has been kind of taken away, because we're already at tier 2, and, you know, it looks a lot better now. I think the last thing we'll do is we'll go to... So the mounts aren't working for us yet, but they said they're going to have a thing with that. We kind of went over some of the UI stuff. I think we're pretty good. I guess the one thing I want to look at yet is I want to go to the mining town. Let's go to the mining town quick before we end the episode. And then I guess next episode we can kind of just start off with, you know, getting back to the game, more quests and all that. If there is something I kind of glossed over, and you're, you know, you're really curious about it, okay, yeah, it's that one. I guess that's the only downfall to that. I can't see everything, but let's go to that portal. But yeah, like I was saying, if I glossed over something and you want me to test it out, let me know in the comments, and I'll get to it in the next episode or two, depending on how far I gotta go ahead. But yeah, let me know. Actually, what is that? No. But yeah, let me know if there's something, you know, I glossed over and you want me to test it out. Just throw her in the comments, and we'll definitely test it out, you know, in the coming couple episodes. That looks new. Yeah, this place looks pretty sweet. That tree looks awesome. My buddy, what you doing down there? Nah, I'm sorry, I don't have any of those. Yeah, just lay here for a while. I'll fix you maybe later. Let's see what this tree is, because I'm not really quite sure. We'll check out that mining village. What do we got here? A weaver's tree. Can I, yeah, right there. Oh, it's like the whole thing. Cotton hardwood nectar. Nice. Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, it looks like, so I want to say we were in the... Oh, maybe it still requires it. Let's check it out. I think we were at the part where to upgrade this... I hope that guy doesn't attack me. To upgrade this, we had to get to Midhaven Tier 3, which obviously is what we're working on story-wise. Yeah, there you go. So they took that part out of it, and obviously you still have the other, like, little requirements that you can kind of just do whenever, right? But they took the story progression kind of bit out of it, which is pretty cool. So we'll probably do that next episode too. Then we can get some decorations up here. What's that? Do I know what you are? Oh, I do. You're a furry schnout. Nice. All right. Well, there you go. So we got the patch notes done. We got a bunch of testing done. I would say it looks awesome. Future episodes, let me know if there's something else you want me to test. Otherwise, we'll probably go around, grab some of those seeds. I got to find out and try to remember where all those dang places are. But we'll definitely be planting some seeds. We'll be getting back to some story stuff. There's all sorts of stuff to do, which I am looking forward to. I think they did a tremendous job on this update so far. It seems really, really good. So that is awesome. Yeah, like the fog, low clouds, you know, in this. Yeah, everything looks really good. So very nice. But anyways, check out the link in the description for the Discord. We got some cool stuff going on over there. Always, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there, be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.